Hey, what's up, guys? This is the High Mountain Homestead, and I am so excited to be talking about getting chicks. I've never kept chickens before. My wife has. I want to talk with you about what the setup looks like and then what it looks like when we actually put the chicks in there. If you're new to our channel, we talk about homesteading stuff. Chickens, sheep, gardening, how to create better soil, composting. If that's up your alley, consider subscribing. For now, let's start talking about little chicks. Okay, first of all, let me talk about the room that I'm in. Actually, this is pretty clean for this room. This is kind of like a half patio, half door. I don't know. We've been in this house 6 months. I kind of hate this room. It's kind of like a garage. So this is a great place to start chicks. So you're going to want to start your chicks indoors. Now, I want to go into really what that setup looks like in here. Okay, so this, first of all, can I just say how surprising it is that this bucket costs what it cost? Besides the point, I was prepared to spend $50 on this, and that is not what this cost. But this is a 50-gallon watering tank, basically, that we're using for chicks. So the redeeming factor is this will be great for the winter when I've got 6 or 7 sheep outside that I need to be putting hay out. At least I can use it there. But so the first thing. You're gonna need a bucket. Honestly, this is probably too shallow and maybe not big enough. We will cross that bridge when we come to it. Down here we've got feeder number 1 and feeder number 2. Do I need 2 in there? I don't know. This is the first time I've done chicks. For the chicks, I don't want them drowning in the water, because if you know anything about chicks, they don't know much about the world because they're only a couple hours old. So we've got this water here with rocks, so they can't drown in it. There's enough spaces here, to stick a beak in down there. And then right here, we've got bedding. As you might guess, this really soaks up a lot of the waste for these little chicks, because they can be super messy. And we will add on top of that or replace it about halfway through their stay in here. So unlike most people that buy their chicks from a hatchery like Murray McMurray or Cackle, we are actually getting our chicks from our next door neighbors. They started hatching only 5 hours ago. I don't know enough about chickens to know how long it takes for them all to hatch in the incubator. They're straight run. So that means we don't know how many hens, how many roosters. Our goal is we would like to have about 10 layers and 1 or 2 roosters. I'll give you an update when we get the chicks. Look at me, I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt and freaking sweatpants today. The quarantine has made sweatpants like the new jeans. And jeans are the new slacks. I have not put gel in my hair for 4 weeks. Quarantine started about 3 weeks ago. So it turns out we needed to wait about another day until the chicks came. So here we are. We got chicks, which is great. So here's the setup right here. We've got this heat lamp, which is looking real great. We've got their food, their water. What we did is each time we got one of these chicks, we took it. Let's do this. Each time we took them out of the box after they were out, we basically dipped the beak in the water like that and put them all in. The reason we did that is just to make sure they know how to drink. It's pretty, they usually figure it out, but we just like to hedge our bets with that. So as far as food goes, this is Chick Start, if that's what you call it. So I put this in a gallon-size Ziploc bag, and I kind of crushed it with a rolling pin to get it a little bit finer. You can see what it looks like. This one I did not do that. You can see what it looks like on here. It just felt a little bit big. I've seen some of them struggle with these bigger kernels. So this one right here has definitely been the more popular of the two. We've adjusted this lamp a couple of times. This seems to be at a good place. It seems in the nighttime they are directly under it, and in the daytime they are just kind of off to the side. So to me that feels like a good position. I do want to talk about one of the sad parts that happened. So we bought 24 of these, and one of them we noticed. My wife noticed that she had what looked like meconium on a baby, and a big chunk of it that was kind of connected to some eggshells. And so my wife was working with that little chick, and cleaning up the poop that was connected to eggshells and stuff, and we found a big cord in there, and so we kept her, we cleaned it off, or him, we don't know what it was, and she kind of like convulsed. We noticed that with her convulsions she was passing what looked like tubing, maybe it was intestines or something like that, and so we bought these from my next door neighbor. They hatched 100 of these and they gave us 24 of them. So we brought that chick back over there to ask, what should we do about this? Should we euthanize it? And he said, you know what, she probably won't make it, but we'll take care of that. And he gave us another chick, which was cool. It was sad, but I mean, we're one day into this, and we only have had one chick fatality. Out of 24 chicks, I think I'm pretty happy with that. We only got them a few hours after they hatched. So, I mean, it might sound cruel, but one out of 24 isn't too bad if you've ever raised chicks before. I know I have never, but my wife has told me it's they die, especially if you get them shipped. So we were lucky enough to just have them come from next door, which was really nice and lucky for us. They're fun to watch play. Right now they're kind of in waking up from nap mode. But I do want to talk about what we're going to do with these chicks. So we have 24 of them, but they are straight run, which means we don't know how many are going to grow up to be hens and how many are going to grow up to be roosters. So basically our plan is, assuming half of them turn into hens, which I know it probably won't be an even number, but let's say 12 turn into hens and 12 are roosters. What we are going to do is take one, maybe two of the roosters, depending on how many hens we get, and keep them. We're going to keep the roosters that look the best and the kind that we want to pass down genetics with, and we're going to keep them, and they're going to be with these hens because we do want to hatch more, and the rest of them are going to go to being meat birds, which should be fun. A lot of these breeds are more layers than meat birds, but I'm okay with slower food. That's not really a priority for us, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what we got. Hey, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, I hope you actually like it on YouTube. That does a lot for our channel. We are new to homesteading, so if you're interested in kind of like the first timers perspective, that's our channel. So if that's up your alley, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you on the channel for more stuff talking about chickens, sheep, rabbits are around the corner for us. We just put our first vegetables in the ground, and we're just kind of doing the whole spring thing here. So thank you for watching. I'm PJ with the High Mountain Homestead, and I will see you on our next video. Man, I don't know what it is about napping babies, but there is something magical about that. I know when our children, my wife and I have 2 young kids, when no matter how hard of a day we have with them, when we check on them before we go to bed and they're asleep in their bed, it's like all debts are forgiven. Like, no matter how much of a pill our daughter was at dinner time, if she's asleep, like, she could be forgiven of anything. There's just something about little kids and baby animals sleeping.